So you guys are going to need an Azure account, and right now they are allowing students to have an account, and you can upload up to 10 apps, and you can use a SQL database for up to a year. But you want to always make sure when you're publishing your apps that you are choosing the free resource. So I'm going to show you first how to do one that doesn't have a database, and then we will publish one that does. So I'm going to open the in the bag. Let me see where that one is. So our in the bag app does not have a database with it. So we'll do that one first. And then we will publish one with a database. And the PDF file that I'm providing you with, the instructions are pretty spot on for publishing with the database. The only exception is going to be when we have to select our context files, because we have two of them. So I know you guys thought we were done with the Genie app, but we're back. So I'm going to right click and go into publish. And if you don't see this little window, click on Start because that will pop it up. But we are going to publish to Azure. And we're going to use, for this one, the Azure App Service. And this is where you need to log in to your Microsoft account. So I'm logged in to my student account because this is not the first time I've done this. And so resource group is fine here. It should say Azure for Students for your subscription. And we need to create a new Azure app service. And you're allowed to change the name. So I'm going to get rid of the numbers and put web app on the end. And if it doesn't like the name, it will tell you. Let's see, for the resource group, I've done this before, as you can see. I'm going to do in the bag. What you guys may want to do is just click on new and then key in the resource group. So what it does is it kind of groups all of the resources for the app under a name. Okay, you can keep the default names or you can change them. For the hosting plan, yeah, you probably are going to want to double check that. So in the bag, number plan is fine. I'm just going to keep the default. I'm going to go with free. And you'll notice it filled it in, which is fine as long as you're ensuring that you've got the free one. And I'm going to hit create. And you'll notice that it did select the in the bag web app, which is what we need. And we have really no dependencies here. I'm going to click on finish because we don't have a database. So if there was a database, it would show here as a dependency. But for us, this is pretty much all we need. So we can click on publish. And it should kind of go through these little steps. Eventually, you should see that it succeeded. Okay, so you can see that it succeeded and that it was published successfully. And so now it is starting the web app. Now, if I go out, oh, here it is. I was going to say, if I go out to the web, this is the address. So you are going to want to copy that and put it in the Dropbox because this is worth points. And like I said, this should work just fine because there is no database with it. Okay, so that's your first one. This one you should not have any problems with. So I will assume that it worked fine. And if you log into Azure, so if you go to portal.azure.com, you log in, you should be able to see it. If we go to home, hopefully, or dashboard. Yeah, I've done this more than once. Some of these do not exist anymore. So let me try going to home. App services. Yep, there it is. Okay, so this is the one that I just showed you. If you click on it, you can see information on it. The URL is right here. And the plan should say free. After I correct this, you are going to want to delete it. Okay, because you don't want it out there, even though it's free. I would get rid of anything that you don't need. So this first one should have been relatively easy. All you have to submit is your URL, and I can make sure it got deployed from there. I'm going to do another video here on the one that is a little bit more involved, and that is the one with the database. And we are going to deploy the authentication app.